It's Sky Sports 3.
Hello there, welcome once again to Blackpool. More than 130 of the world's top pool players set off on the road to the finals. We're now down to the last four in the men's event. Yes, it's semi-final time. This is the lineup. Quinten Hann against Jason Twist. Quinten, of course, the defending champion. And Chris Melling will face Carl Morris. Well, I'm delighted to have Terry Hunt with me here in the studio, one of the beaten quarter-finalists. He knows all about what it's like to be out there. Terry, this should be quite a match, this first semi-final.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. It should be a great match. Everybody's fancying Quinten, and all the money's on Quinten, I know, but I've got a sneaky feeling that Jason Twist might just turn him over in this match.
Let's take a look, shall we, first of all, then, at the two player profiles. Let's begin with Quinten. He is obviously an outstanding talent, just 23 years of age, from Melbourne in Australia, seeded #1, the current world champion, a great all-round sportsman. He really is full of confidence, and obviously he is a really good player for now and the future.
Oh yeah, I've never met a player that's oozes so much confidence and self-belief. He's just unreal.
Doesn't seem to have any nerves, and he's very positive.
Oh, in everyday life, even in the bar, around when you meet him in the hotel, it's so confident. I mean, to just pick a cue up out of the rack and not used to it, size of the tip, he's just shaved the tip and played with it, and he's playing really well.
Let's have a look then at the player profile then for Jason. And now obviously he too, a very talented player, 32 years of age, obviously older, more experienced if you like, seeded 5. He's been around a while, but he's in very positive form. He looks very good at the moment, and he too exudes confidence. He's got so much ability, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's probably the best player in England this season. He's won more tournaments, and he's always been thereabouts in the past, like semi-finals, quarter-finals, but in the last year or so he's really shown signs that he can win, and his self-belief and confidence is like really high at the moment. That's why I fancy him to do well in this match.
Many people, of course, got Quinten as favourite, but you just think Jason could provide a little surprise.
I'll not sit on the fence. I think 10-8 to Jason.
There we are. Bold words indeed from Terry. We'll see if he's right. Now, let's just see how good these two players are. Jonathan's been taking a very close look at these two.
Well, David, I've been watching both these players very closely. Let's start with Quinten Hann. Here's a man who absolutely exudes confidence in everything he does. Some say to the point of arrogance, but the thing is, he pulls it off every time. He intimidates every player he plays. Last year he had the big white suit. This year he's got the rack cue that he's borrowed from a cue club down the road. But that's Quinten Hann for you. The thing about it is he's known for his flair play. But the thing is he also pulls off very, very good shots as well in terms of position. Let me give you an example of exactly that. Here he is trying to get this yellow in, but the point is he's got to find position. Most players wouldn't even play this, but for Quinten, it's run-of-the-mill. Look at that. How good is that position on that next yellow? Here he is again, going for the plant this time. Again, most players wouldn't do this, especially in the teams competition where you only have one chance. Again, later in this same frame, here he is about to clear up. He gets the ball in the middle pocket and he's straight on position. So cool. Cool as you like. This man really is the real deal. So if that's Quinten Hann going for back-to-back titles, what about his opponent? Well, Jason Twist is one of the few players that I think that's got a chance against him. He's confident too, and boy, does he go for his shots. Some people say he's almost crazy in some of the shots he goes for. Let me give you one example here. He's going for a black here, and, well, most people would say you've got to play safe here. But no, not Jason. He's going for it every way, and there he is. That finishes that frame off. Here he is, going for some great play here, in off the other player's ball, and then does it again the following shot. This man's not holding back at all. Jason Twist is one of the few players at the moment. Great form. He's won the last 4 of his last 6 tournaments. If anybody's going to beat Quinten Hann, it could be Jason Twist. But you have to say, it doesn't matter if he's playing with a broom handle, my money would be on Quinten.
So some positive words there. Terry, I know, is fancying a surprise from Jason. You still stick with that? You think he's got that ability?
Yeah, my money's still on Jason.
The pressure's going to be on him, though, isn't it, right from the start?
Yeah, Jason can handle it. I'll tell you. I played him before. I played him in '95 in the semi-finals of the World Championships, and he's cleared up with one of the best finishes I've ever seen in my life. OK, Terry, we'll see if you're right. Thanks very much indeed for that. More from Terry a little later. Right now, though, we are ready to go. The players are ready to go. Let's join our MC, Alan Hughes.
Thank you, David. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the players in this first semi-final match. And first, a young man having a terrific season. And, of course, he was an Embassy World finalist himself. And his opponent, a brilliant young Australian showroom and the defending Embassy World champion. Will you welcome, in unison, Jason Twist and Quinten Hann.
So it's Australia against England. Quinten Hann, the #1 seed, against the #5 seed, Jason Twist. Commentary on this terrific semi-final comes from Tony Holgate, Mike MacDonald, and first of all, Jim White.
Well, if it gets any better than this, I don't know where you have to go. Quinten Hann, arguably the most talented and gifted cueman on the planet. Certainly on these UK 8-ball pool tables. And he's up against a man with the imagination, the self-belief, and the confidence to try and displace him, Jason Twist. But it's the #1 seed, the defending champion in no man's land, looking to do something that has never been done, retain the title.
Open table.
And it's an open table. Another look at the break-off. And Quinten, noticeably, in his past matches, has been breaking very well. I wonder if that's a sign of the way this semi-final is going to go.
Yeah, Jim, maybe just a touch of nerves there from Quinten, but what a mouth-watering prospect this match is.
Red ball's in play.
And he's playing a man in Jason Twist that throws the same sort of bullets and weapons at him. If it's there, he's going for it. Holds nothing back. And Tony, I know that you know Jason's game very well too. You've played him probably a number of times on the UK tour. Arguably, again, he's in as good a form as anybody right now.
Yeah, as we see this red again, Jason Twist, one of the stalwarts of the England team, of course. But this season, like Terry Hunt was saying, he's been phenomenal. It's been one of his best ever seasons. And the form he showed in his quarter-final is testament to the skill the man possesses. And I'll tell you what, if Quinten keeps not getting balls off the break, Jason Twist does have the ammunition to beat Quinten Hann.
And of course, Tony, Jason's also the reigning European and home nations champion.
Well, Jason took out the Fox, Lee Kendall, the #3 seed in this event, 9-5 in the quarterfinals. And Jason himself, there's Lee looking on, and Jason and Lee very good friends, so I've no doubt that Lee will be rooting for Jason in this one.
Well, it looks like he's going to try and move the red now. A lot of power in the shot. And that's a fantastic shot from Jason Twist. Could have landed a little better, but just goes to show the confidence the man's got at the moment. The power that he put in the cue ball, and there you see just nudging the red away from the yellow.
And it looks like the only red on right now is the one nearest the corner pocket.
Yeah, he's still got a bit of work to do, Jim.
Well, he's making it look really easy now. It's so important for him to get off the mark early, especially against a player with the confidence of Quinten Hann.
You know, Jason Twist has got a very strong character, and he won't be fazed that he's playing Quinten Hann, who's the reigning world champion. Won't put him off at all. Quinten gives him the chances, Jason will take him.
Well, this is the key shot here in this opening frame. It's a best of 19, first player to 10 through to the finals, and position paramount. Well, that was a problem. He was the wrong side of that red. A little unlucky to have caught that middle bump. Had he avoided it, he would have left the 8 into the side pocket. And now it's in the lap of the gods.
Well, this is what we were saying before. Jason Twist, when he gets a chance against Hann, must take them. If you don't take your chances against that man,
30 seconds.
won't be in the arena very long at all.
And that's about the worst result could have happened for Jason. The foul giving 2 visits to the incoming Australian.
2 visits, yellow balls in play.
And I believe that black was going to the pocket there, Jim.
Yeah, had the white not stopped its path, that might well have ended.
I think Quinten will be gathering his thoughts now. He'll be looking to take this opportunity he shouldn't probably have had.
Well, Jason knows that he can't throw these aside. And the problem area for Quinten is very obvious, the 2 yellows on the left-hand cushion. He won't waste any time to get after those. But with that second visit in hand, you've got to fancy him from here. And there you go. Absolutely perfect. And left-handed.
Well, it's just amazing, Jimmy, to watch the man scoot round the table and switching hands.
He's got a long queuing action, moves that white around the table effortlessly. And I can promise you, watching at home, he's making it look considerably easier than it is. Well, a little Quinten Hann magic to open accounts here in the semifinal. It's a race to 10, and he takes the first one, leading Jason Twist 1-0.
Second frame, Jason Twist to break, trailing 1 frame to 0.
Well, we'll see if Jason can sort the break out. He can rest comfortable in the solace that Quinten Hann didn't break well in his opener, but he can quickly get back into this.
And it's the same result again that Quinten had. It's a good split,
Open table.
but not making a ball from the break. Let's see the cue ball jumping in the air, spinning forward, getting kicked round the table.
In fact, Tony, I think the cue ball actually stopped the red going to the right-hand top pocket.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Michael.
Well, Quinten just weighing up right now. He's got no easy starter. Possibility of a plant yellow to yellow here, but this has to be made.
And just look at the way he played it there, Jim. He played it actually into the cushion first, and then back across the yellow. So he brought the cue ball and the yellow away. This is a great shot.
That just shows the confidence that makes the character Quinten Hann, Tony. Superb. What a first shot at a table in the semi-final of World Championships.
Yes, there was a chap in the audience just shaking his head and smiling as Quinten was striding around the table. I mean, he knocked that in as it was over the pocket.
Well, it's such a dangerous shot to play because if he did miss the pot, he'd be leaving Jason Twist with a choice of colours. And now he's brought out the other problem ball. Could have done with just a bit firm in there. Still got a little bit of work to do to get onto that ball, Jim.
But again, early signs of massive confidence. And are they going to be treated to some pool here today? Taking a much more difficult yellow with his aim to try and dislodge the yellow that is nearest the right-hand middle pocket.
30 seconds.
Now he's got a couple of choices here. And this is one of them. I was going to go through a few choices, but Quinten's that fast down to the shot. He's already made his mind up. He's played a good shot there.
As good a snooker player as he is, and he is in the top 32 in the professional rankings there, he's on a different planet when it comes to this game.
Just going to bring the cue ball through the 2 reds here, back into the middle of the table. There you see it. Position A1. Maybe a little bit of queuing over these reds, but nothing that will worry Quinten.
When he recently played at the Regal Scottish in Aberdeen, Jim, a comment he made to the press after his defeat to Ronnie O'Sullivan was that he plays snooker to pay the bills, and he plays pool with a passion. That's what he said. This means a very lot to him. He loves this game.
Well, the road to this championship looks like it's going to be going through Australia for a long time to come.
Played that on the left side there, Jim. By putting a side on the cue ball, he's missed the putt. There you see right hand side, and he just caught the near knuckle.
This is a great opportunity for Jason to get a frame back here, Tony.
Well, he did all the hard work only to stumble at the final hurdle.
Well, it's ironic, Jim, because Jason did virtually a similar thing in the first frame. I mean, okay, he snooked himself on the black and he was a bit unfortunate. But Quinten's come to the table, you know, made of a bit of a blue on the black and let Jason to the table.
These players are so good, it's almost a shock when they miss.
Well, he's starting to pick up the paces, Jason, now, as you see he's moving around the table a lot faster.
Didn't really bother where the cue ball went. The 8 dangling over the bottom corner pocket. No bother at all. Jason Twist repays the favor, clearing up to square up here, 1 frame apiece in this best of 19. Hann to break off here. An interesting note there. Could still be a little bit of nerves. Well, time will tell. They say it's always tougher to defend. Tougher to get to the mountain again once you've already been there.
Yellow and red ball spotted.
You got the break right this time.
Red ball's in play.
And look at his face. Very animated, almost like a battle cry. Yellows almost look like the color of preference here for no other reason. As we look, the yellow at the top of the table on the left-hand side, closer to the corner pocket, inside that red. And that might dictate Quinten's choice of color here, unless he feels he can get that red out.
We had a little look there to see if the red had passed the yellow down the rail. Looking at it for me, obviously it doesn't.
And then the 2 yellows as well, as we again see Quinten choosing the reds. You see the 2 yellows on the right-hand side of the table. They're not easy either, Tony, so that might too have influenced his decision.
I think he might be looking at playing a plant and bringing the cue ball into the red on his next shot. Here he goes, he's going to try and get the red out. Oh, what a great shot.
Confidence personified is Quinten Hann. Got such an aggressive nature, and that in itself can be very intimidating, especially when you're at the receiving end. Australian captain Alec Evernatis there, and Tim Shelton, a member of the Aussie team, all here rooting hard. For their man at the table right now. And ensuring there to leave a nice angle to be able to drop on that red just below yellow and black to the same corner. Should be able to just play this off the bottom cushion. This was important, this shot. there you go. Doesn't want to be over
He's
that
landed
yellow.
a little bit awkward, yeah. He's got awkward cueing there. So he's going to have to push into the yellow as he puts the red to gain position for the 8 ball. Hey, Michael.
Yeah, but the way he's playing, Tony, you fancy him to do it. It's a hard shot.
Just got to be careful with the, you know, how much of the yellow he contacts here.
That's right.
How about that then for a shot? That should be entered into the Grand National. I cannot believe he has potted that. He's played this shot. He's played to pot that and then leap the cue ball over the top. Talk about Beecher's Brook.
And the 8 goes down. Again, a great performance from Hann in fast reply to Jason Twist. 2-1 in front. Former world champion Carl Morris, stunned, I'm sure, watching this display from Quinten Hann. It was an important 8 that he made there, too. Wasn't easy, and had he missed that, well, that would have been 2 8s in a row he would have missed and turned it over to Jason. So there was a lot of pressure on that 8 as Jason Twist gets ready to break off here. Frame number 4 already.
Foul.
And there's the difference. You just can't do that against Quinten Hann.
How many times we've seen on the large table here, Jim, that white ball going to the centre pocket on the break?
That's what happens when you get a top spin on the white ball as you break.
There's Chris Melling. Both he and Carl Morris will be contesting our second semifinal, and well, if one of them should progress through to the final, and if Quinten Hann gets there, they've got an idea what they have to do to try and displace this man.
Yellow ball's in play.
Nice touch on the yellow again, leaving it into the center pocket.
It's got to be said, Jim, he's looking superbly confident at the table.
The awkward yellow just up against that red at the top of the table. And already Quinten will be sorting out in his mind how he's going to get after that yellow.
I think he might just drop this yellow in, Jim, and go for the long one up the cush. And the one stuck, the yellow beside the red, into the left centre pocket. I think that's a shot I would be playing.
30 seconds.
Might have landed a little bit straight there, Michael. He's going to have a hard time trying to shift that yellow off this shot. I mean, you could try and borrow a bit of pocket, but you could miss the pot.
I think it passes, Tony. I think that what Michael was saying is exactly what he's going to try here. Just follow through and play it into the center pocket.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Just doesn't look like missing. I said earlier, you're almost in a state of shock when he does miss. He's that good.
Very good shot there from Quinten. It's obviously very tight, judging by the length of the time that Quinten took to dispose of it.
And the 8 is available. And we'll soon have confirmation of that. There you go. Down goes the 8. Quinten Hann 3-1 in front of Jason Twist now in this best of 19 men's semifinal here at the Embassy Whirlpool Championships. Jason Twist looking on, probably wondering what he has to do. Quinten Hann
Fifth frame,
in
Quinten Hann
awesome
break,
form.
leading 3 frames
Just a
to 1.
tremendous display of pool here. He's breaking off frame number 5 of a possible 19.
That's another excellent break from Quinten
Red and
Jim.
yellow ball spotted.
And you notice how he's adjusted his break. The white ball's been taken back at least 4 or 5 inches
Yellow
from the
ball's in
baulk line. So the power is actually in the middle of his shot as opposed to the tip. Superb.
Only made 2 reds and a yellow. But the yellows are the only ones that he has landed on where he has a pot available.
30 seconds.
Poor old Jason Twist. Having to sit there in the lonely chair, suffering. There you see him. Nothing you can do from that position. When your opponent's playing as well as Quinten is, it's the loneliest place in the world, Jim.
He wastes no time in getting rid of the awkward yellow. And for me, that's a highlight of his play.
Yeah, he always does. Goes to move all his problem balls very early in the frame.
But it just makes sense, Tony, too. When you do that, you're always leaving yourself so many more options. If the balls do run awkward, you've got a couple on the table still to choose from. Common sense.
It's just effortless, though. The way he glides around the table just makes everything look so easy.
He's had a quick look at the 8 just to make sure where he can position the white to pot at bottom left. He just has to get it out, I think, into the center of the table, Mike, to leave it available.
Yeah, that's all he's looking for, Jim. Nothing hard and nothing flash. That's a lovely shot. Exactly what you said, Jim. Centre of the table.
Magnificent display here, top to top. Quinten Hann 4-1 in front of Jason Twist in the semi-final here.
Jason Twist with a big problem now, 4-1 down. Terry, we're watching this here, just admiring the player, Quinten. If that had gone 3-2, it would have been much better for Jason, but 4-1, he's got a mountain to climb now.
You don't want to let Quinten get too many in front. I know what that's like. I mean, in the final last year, he just run away from me. Once he got 3-4 frames in front.
And you were making the point, really, from the break, that frame was virtually over because it was such a good break.
Yeah, the balls just split perfect. And for Quinten, and if the balls break difficult, you fancy him to get them. But in that situation, you just no fancying him to miss them at all, are you?
Right, there we are. That's just another look at what a sensational start to this frame it was. Just look at that. He's improved, I know you were saying, over last year, enormously, out of all recognition. So it's all going Quinten Hann's way at the moment. Let's go back to the action.
Frame 6 already sees Jason Twist with a 4-1 deficit. And just have a look at the break.
Open table.
Open table for Quinten Hann.
And just look at the yellows, Jim. He's got to fancy them.
Well, still nobody's pushed Quinten Hann in this tournament. I'm just wondering if Quinten takes this frame, how it's going to affect Jason's mind, because he's just not getting to the table at all now. If he does get presented with a chance, be it a hard one, he's going to be so cold when he comes to the table.
Well, he is coming to the table, but it's only to break.
That's right. He's not getting a second chance.
Very upright and trying to maintain a positive attitude. Not easy. Quinten Hann is helping him dig himself a big hole here. And that's going to put enormous pressure on Jason Twist.
The thing that's impressed me, Jim, is that he couldn't actually place the white ball better by hand. It's just superb. This cue control, the white ball control is absolutely out of this world. And look at this again.
Lest we forget, as again we see the superb control of the white by Quinten Hann. The only frame that Jason Twist got was by virtue of a missed black by Hann. Had it not been for that, well, we might well be looking at a 5-0 scoreline. It's been total domination. Chink in the armor. That's the first real mistake, apart from the missed black. Didn't intend cannoning that yellow, wanted to go right around it.
2 visits, red balls in play, time running.
Now Jason Twist must take this opportunity, boys. He must take it to get himself another frame on the scorecard and lift his confidence a bit. There's one thing for sure, he won't lie down, fight to the very end.
Well, this is a real test of character here. And I think this is part of the package that make Jason Twist such a great player on the UK Tour. As he can come to the table here, he's been sat in his chair for 3 frames, come to the table and dish up like he's been the one at the table cueing.
Yeah, he's fairly picking up the pace when he gets to the table, Jason. It's just a matter of getting in amongst them.
Returning a favor, Jason Twist snatches the victory there, brings it back to 4-2. Frame number 8, and we see Jason Twist right back in this semifinal encounter.
8th frame, Jason Twist.
Clash of the Titans here.
4 frames to 3.
And both these fellows firing rockets at each other. It's one mistake pool, and Jason Twist is breaking off in the 8th frame. And he still can't get the break right. And trailing only 4-3, and he has yet to manufacture a successful break. He's got to be happy with the scoreline considering that.
That's right, Jim, but I can't understand why he isn't adjusting his break.
I don't agree with him adjusting his break. I mean, at the end of the day, you have times where balls go in and then you have times that you don't. The worst thing is when you don't, because you're letting your opponent come straight to the table. I mean, like poor old Jason there, he just managed to get another one back, breaks the balls open.
30 seconds.
And up comes the big man again, the world champion. Great shot again from Quinten.
It's hard not to both admire and enjoy what we're watching here. The mistakes have been at a premium, and every single one that's come, whether forced or unforced, has determined the outcome of the frame. And it just doesn't get any better than that at any level. Daz Ward, a past world champion. Well, maybe a Freudian slip, Daz. And Lee Kendall, beaten quarterfinalist, right beside him.
Another Another great shot there from Quinten Hann. Just looking at that yellow next to the black there, it looks like it could be touching the black. It looks very tight.
I don't think that goes, Tony.
Probably will do in a minute when Quinten moves it out.
I think it goes into the left center, inside half a pocket. This is a big shot here. This will either win or lose the frame.
Sweet as a nut. Wasn't an awful lot of room here for Quinten. Just goes to show what straight cueing he's got. Very, very accurate player.
Well, I expected that to be played with a bit of right-hand side.
I agree with you there, Jim. He's played this shot here, expect it to hit the top rail, and then came back the other way. He's not dug in it deep enough, and he's not put any right-hand side on.
Well, I expected it to check back into the center of the table. The way that he played it, I had to assume that the cue ball was going to react that way, and well, I have to confess I'm being a little bit surprised, not only by the fight back from Jason Twist. Certainly we expected that. He's got those qualities, never say die qualities, but unforced errors from Quinten Hann.
Yeah, and it's gone astray.
Red balls to play.
Jason Twist will have a good look at this table, Jim. There's nothing too hard from there. He's looking at the one up the rail.
Not many empty seats and a lot of players here taking notes.
Time out.
Well, this is very close as to whether or not it is a total snooker or not. And Quinten's smiling.
I don't think it is.
Well,
I think just see the edge of the yellow.
I think he might be able to see enough of this, Tony, believe it or not, to flick it towards the bottom right-hand corner. He's brought that other white on just to give him a better look.
Might as well play with like two whites at the start of this match. One for Quinten and one for Jason just to knock about with.
And it is a total snooker, so that means that Quinten will not have to contact a cushion after hitting the yellow.
Looking at the line of that, I think that's an incorrect call.
Well, I've got to agree with you, Tony.
There you can see the edge of the yellow quite clearly. Well, I think that's a bad call by the referee. There's Jason Davis, the referee. He's the man there that makes the decisions out on the table in the semi-final.
All 7 reds remaining for Jason Twist, but they're in the open.
30 seconds.
Now, in hindsight, Jason really hasn't missed a ball yet. The only thing that hasn't gone right for him are his breakoffs. Apart from that, I don't remember him missing anything.
No, he just had that shot where he snooked himself on the black early doors. But yeah, you're exactly right, Jim. He's cueing with great confidence, and when he is getting into the table, the speed he's actually putting them and walking around the table is phenomenal.
Total snooker.
And he's keeping the vice tightly on Quinten Hann right now. Well, he's looking at the side cushion. I don't know if he can get to the center pocket here to possibly be able to bend the cue ball. into the yellow. He did that once already with a lot of bottom, but the other option is 2 cushions. The 2 he's looking at here. Again, he's got to bend it with a bit of side, left-hand side and bottom.
That's a great shot. But it still left Jason the opportunity to level the match. There you see the side take on the bottom rail. And he makes contact with the yellow. But like I said, chance for Jason. Just sorting out which order he wants to take the balls in. He wants to get the cue ball to the top, Michael.
Yeah, this would be a tremendous boost to Jason's confidence, tying the match. And then perhaps maybe see a change in Quinten's attitude at the table.
Well, Quinten's had chances. He's failed sort of last ball and black ball.
Yeah.
You never know, it might start to get to him a little bit.
Well, I think what's cost Quinten so far is his inability to keep that white ball under control, and that's one of the highlights of his game. He's lost the white on a couple of occasions, 1 in off, snookered himself a couple times, both on the black, and lost all 3 of those frames.
Very good shot there from Jason, lovely position. You can now get rid of the red that's nearest to the black ball, which was causing him something of a minor problem. Looks like he's not choosing to take it yet. He's stretching quite a bit for this. There you see he's got to have his foot on the floor. But he's in pretty good shape right here.
Well, he's winning the mental battle, that's for sure. He had to weather the early storm from Quinten Hann, and in so doing, he's repaying in kind the medicine that Hann dished out. And all level now, 4 frames apiece in this race to 10 men's semifinal here at the Embassy Whirlpool Championships for 2000. You just get the feeling that he's enjoying himself out there.
Well, I think Jason's come out with the attitude that he's got nothing to lose. He's playing a world champion. He's expected to get pummeled. Quinten's made mistakes, and he's thinking, hang on a minute, I'm 4-all with this guy here, and I've hardly got to the table, really, you know.
Red ball potted.
Red to centre. Again, the strength of his game. The first shot on the table, the break, and he does it again.
Red ball's in play.
Now, it's got to be important here for Quinten Hann. If he can dish up and maintain that lead, he's never been behind, won the opening frame.
I'll tell you what, Jim, I'd have took yellows there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony.
I think yellows are a lot
30
easier.
seconds.
Well, he's elected to play the reds. He's got a couple of tricky positional shots to negotiate. If he's to win this frame and get himself back in front. Now, it looks pretty straight on that to me.
Well, he's got the option of the red bottom left.
I think he might play this one down into the bottom right and try and stop the cue ball dead, and maybe play the one into the bottom left next. Quinten, you see, just checking to see if the red at the highest red up the table goes into the top right hand corner.
30 seconds.
Wants to play this one down the bottom now. The next red will go in the middle. Yep, that's what he's going to do. He's going to roll this into the middle. His last red will be deposited to the top right hand corner. And we just wanted to stop the cue ball in between the two yellows in the centre of the table, leave himself a straight 8.
Well, he might have no choice but to play the cue ball into the yellow now, Tony. I think he's a little off angle, not quite straight on this red.
No, it's not ideal for him. But you got to say, you fancy him to get on the 8 ball from here.
30 seconds.
Oh, there's a big smile. I don't think it's worked out. And there you go. This is the 3rd time that it's the position that has deserted him on the 8. He's done all the hard work only to see it tossed aside with a lax positional shot. And I can tell you he's smiling outwardly, inwardly, he's sick.
You're exactly right.
30 seconds.
Come on, Jason. He did contact it, he's given away the foul. Jason Twist now has 2 visits. You say he played a lot of check side to try and clip the black, but he failed.
2 visits, and what an opportunity for Jason Twist to take the lead in this match.
Well, it's unbelievable that Jason Twist is probably going to be leading. I mean, he could quite easily have been 9-0 down.
Well, when I think you look at the success ratio of the breakoffs, this is astounding, this result. Quinten Hann has made a ball on every one of his breaks. He's broken 5 times. Every time he's deposited a ball, Jason has failed to be successful, and he's going to be 5-4 in front.
Another great shot there, Tony. Awesome.
I was just about to say this will be a popular win for Jason Twist, I'll tell you. He's a very well-liked fellow on the tour. And he's finally got his nose in front in this one. He's won the last 4 in a row. He leads Quinten Hann, the defending champion, 5 frames to 4.
Well, what a sensational performance from Jason Twist. Remember, he was trailing at one stage 4-1. He leads at the interval 5-4. Terry Hunt, this is remarkable stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible. Jason's been given a lifeline, really. I mean, Quinten Hann is probably the best player I've ever seen with the wide ball control. And in the last 3 frames, he's just lost it completely. I've never seen Quinten Hann do that in any of these World Championships before.
What do you think's gone wrong? I mean, he seems to be maybe under a little bit of pressure. The expectations are so much.
I think he's slightly beginning to feel the pressure. I mean, he's defending champion, and nobody's ever defended it twice. So maybe he's just starting to think about it.
And we're starting to see errors like we did in that last frame, where you think it's all over, and then he makes a mistake on the black, and suddenly his chance is gone, and Jason is back in.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. I've never seen Quinten lose a white ball 3 consecutive games like that. I've never seen him do that before. So maybe he is starting to think about the defending champion.
Well, you were very brave early on. You went for Jason. I mean, as I say, at the interval, he's 5-4 up, and your man is looking really good. And, of course, all the support here in the auditorium is for him.
Yeah, Jason looks really relaxed out there. I think he's coping with the pressure brilliant, and I still fancy him to win this.
Fine, there we are then. The players have gone off to take a break. We'll do the same. See you again in a couple of minutes. Back to Blackpool and coverage of this first men's semi-final in the World 8-Ball Pool Championships, where the world champion is very much up against it. Quinten Hann of Australia trails Jason Twist of England 5 frames to 4 at the mid-session interval. To see what happens now in this crucial second session, let's go back to Jim White.
Well, thanks, David. Yes, Quinten Hann certainly had a lot to think about during that mid-session interval, under extreme pressure, and something he's never really been put under in this championship to date. Jason Twist is really rocking out there. If he ever starts breaking well, it could be a tidal wave in his favor.
Yeah, that's Quinten behind, as you say, Jim, for the first time in the tournament. Let's see what he's made of, eh?
It's unbelievable how Jason Twist can't manufacture a ball from the break.
Red ball's in play.
It's not as if he's hitting them softly. I mean, he's giving them a good old batter. Nearly went in off there, Quinten. Didn't mean to contact the yellow as he went past.
A lucky escape, Tony.
Yeah, he's still in good position. Here you see it again. He just clips a yellow, and then he hits a jaw of the middle pocket.
Well, he's lost the last 4 in a row. An onslaught that he's more accustomed to dishing out than receiving.
30 seconds.
I don't think he's pleased with his last shot there, Quinten. Just looking to see if he can get to the red, the top left-hand side of the table. I feel he's going to have to play the red ball into the right-hand centre. Yeah, he's going to play the one in the centre, and he's looking for his position back onto the one at the top of the table. Ideally, they'd like to get rid of it now.
30 seconds.
Well, you know, in Quinten's previous 3 matches, he dropped a total of 5 frames, the same total he's dropped in this very match here. A testament again to how well Jason Twist is performing. He's not been pushed at all, has Quinten. Not till now.
The question, Jim, is how will he respond to it?
That's a great shot there from Quinten Hann. Lovely positional.
Another look at it.
Lot of top and right-hand side on the cue ball. Go back perfect for the red. Still got to work hard, Jim, to get back for the 8 board.
And how many times have we seen it all go wrong from the last color to the 8?
About 3, maybe even 4. So he's putting right-hand side on the white. We queued up with right-hand side, then he hit it with plain top. I can't see Quinten making any mistakes this time.
Well, I think he knows he can't afford to. Down goes the 8. Deadlock we are. 5 frames apiece. And this event now, in this semifinal stage, virtually a best of 9. The next player to grab 5 more will be through to the finals.
11th frame, Quinten Hann to break. 5 frames all.
Well, he doesn't look like a player under pressure, does he? 5 apiece. We've yet to see him fail on the break.
Just look at the yellows. Once again, Quinten Hann makes the ball off the break. Look at the power there in his break. It's a great style he's now developed. And you see the red ball going in at the top right-hand corner.
Yellow ball's nominated.
Just wondering if Quinten's now going to move through the gears.
30 seconds.
He knows Jason's capabilities.
Yellow ball's in play.
Now the one problem, yellow, and really I'm not sure it is a problem, the one at the top of the table in the center nearest the red. I don't know whether that's available to the left-hand top corner pocket. If it is, then it's no problem at all, because he could drop on it right here. we're going to find out.
That's exactly what he's played for. Lovely control there. Got the pace spot on. Well, Michael, looks like Quinten's just moved up that extra notch now, isn't it?
That's right, Tony. He's found the gear he was lacking in the last 4 frames. And what a superb comeback.
They're saying the interval he had a quiet little word with himself, you know, because a couple of loose positional shots that cost him dearly in the first part of this match.
Yeah, but look how he's playing now, Tony. It's obviously worked.
And you know what else is noticeable? He's quickened his pace around the table.
Tremendous cue action. Head perfectly still.
Well, you see him jump up and down now. I mean, he's just played a terrible shot there.
Yeah, he has.
There's no bad contact there. He's trying to get the cue ball up towards nearly the middle pocket. He's well short. Now you see him very animated about it now. He's now starting to get angry with himself. We were just saying he looks like he's coming back, and then he's gone and done it again. There's some Australian supporters, and then looking a bit concerned as well.
Yeah.
Well, they're not smiling, are they?
30 seconds.
This will take a monster shot.
I feel he's only got one shot, and that's a double. Back into the bottom right-hand corner. Hold on to your hats. What a shot from Quinten Hann. Well, there should be some jumping up and down of a different kind now after that shot. Plays a double, judged to perfection. What a great shot Quinten Hann has just played. Got himself out of jail.
One more good shot required, though. This is far from a formality, this 8. How many times has he failed at the final hurdle?
30 seconds.
I think the cut back into the centre is the best option. I don't like the cut in the corner. I think there's chances that you're kicking into red, you could knock a red in, you could go in off.
Well, he better play it pretty quick or it's going to be a time foul.
Yeah, he's getting close to the wire.
Come on, Jake.
Overcut it. I think he knew he was close to the time then. He's played it a little bit quicker than he'd like to anyway.
And yet again, Jim, the final hurdle. We keep seeing it in his game.
Just leaving himself too much to do at the late stages in the frames he's lost. And they have proved his undoing.
Well, watch him in his quarter-final, and he just strolled through. That was like a walk in the park, and his positional play was great.
Well, that's not Jason's best shot. I think he was concerned with hiding the black. Another look at this. This wasn't played with a lot of confidence.
No, that's right. At the end of the day, with a putt like that, you should be thinking, right, I'm going to get down, finish the frame now. Not worry about whether if he misses it, he's going to leave the black on. Well, he's got to take this ball on.
You know, with what Jason Twist has accomplished in his career, and in fact in the last year, that all he really needs is the World Championship to complete the host of crowns for him, and a lot of England players here rooting for him.
Well, he's opted for the snooker.
And he's given Quinten a chance here when he should have had none. Side cushion. And this isn't going to be a long ways away.
I wonder if it goes off the red. He's played the cue into the top rail, obviously not.
If he hits it, he makes it.
Get in there. Come on! Foul.
That must have been just a whisker. A whisker away from winning the frame.
Yeah, a whisker. Just, Tony.
A shake of the head there from Quinten. Nicely. Notice there, Tony, that Quinten's starting to look to the heavens, shake of the head. Jason Twist, totally focused. He knows what he's got to do.
See, every time Quinten messes up, Michael, he's leaving Jason with just only his balls on the table he's got to put away. He's got nothing that he can snook himself behind.
That's correct. No minefields, Tony. This is lovely stuff by the Tornado.
No problems whatsoever for the Tornado, as you said. Takes that one, and once again his nose just in front at 6-5. It's a race to 10. The winner through to the final.
12th frame, Jason Twist to break, leading 6 frames to 5.
Well, if he ever gets the measure of the break here, as he kicks off in frame 12. And there goes one finally, and you can hear the crowd.
Yellow ball potty.
But it's far from easy. Another look at it.
Red ball's nominated.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Jason there's smiling and can't believe he's finally made a ball. But at the end of the day, is Jason's not been getting balls off the break. Quinten's coming to the table. He's making a mistake at the end of frame. And as I was saying to Michael, Jason's coming to the table with either 1 visit or 2 visits and nothing in his way. Let's see if the worm might turn.
Well, it took him 6 breaks, in fact, before he finally made one off the break. He had been unsuccessful in his first 5. And that can be an ominous sign for Quinten Hann. And a real look of concern on the Aussie's face as well. You might want to take a photograph of that because you don't see it very often.
Well, Jason will be wanting to leave the red ball over the centre pocket till last. Makes it very easy to get on the 8 ball.
Seconds.
Left himself a long red into the top left-hand corner. There. And Jason Twist looks like he's going to do these from the break.
That's how big the break is, and look at the contrast to how Jason takes him from Quinten. Quinten seems to go the hard way around. Jason was never in trouble, never had anything to do. And the 8's down, and Jason Twist now 7-5 in front of the defending Embassy World Champion. 7-5 behind the Australian #1, breaking off here, frame number 13. And look at that. It's all gone wrong now. The first unsuccessful break for Quinten Hann.
Open table, time running.
As you see, actually, when he contacted the cue ball, he screwed back sort of with right-hand side. And that's pulled the cue ball straight into the corner pocket.
And off the break, it only means that 1 visit, not the normal 2 visits that a foul would present during a frame. But a gilt-edged
30 seconds.
opportunity here for Jason Twist to tighten the screws.
He's going to take the reds. He's going to play this red off the two balls that are together there to open his other red up. And that couldn't land much better. It's gone in as well. He's put them both in the same shot. There you see him play the cannon. It's red one in at the top. And just look at the one rolling down the table.
It's a bonus, Tony. Perfectly on the two in the top left corner. Small plant.
A beaten finalist in 1995, Jason Twist, on course to go one better this year. And the form that he's displaying here against Quinten Hann, I wouldn't want to be betting against him in the final should he get there.
Great shot from Jason. He clearly has found the measure of this table, Tony.
They're almost applauding every shot he hits.
What must be going through Quinten's head now? He's had the best breaks, and still Jason Twists up there in front.
Left himself queuing very close to the cushion. Won't be pleased about that. Got to keep his head down on this shot.
Dead center of the pocket. Jason Twist 8-5 in front of Quinten Hann. Two more and he's through to the final. Jason Twist 8-5 in front. And I tend to think they might have hit it right on the head.
Open table.
He's won 7 of the last 8 frames, has Jason Twist. And he really has been dictating the pace. Capitalizing on every mistake that's come his way. And it also has to be said that as of late, he hasn't returned the favor.
Yellow ball's in play.
Now this is a totally different Quinten Hann we're seeing now.
He's trying to slow Jason down, isn't he? Covering the pocket, employing the tactic. Just trying to, like you said, trying to break up Jason's rhythm, because Jason has been in full flow over the last few frames. Just slowing him down.
Time out. Time running.
30 seconds.
Foul.
And Jason wants to keep that pocket free. He's given 2 visits away with the intentional foul, but he's not left him an easy starting yellow.
I don't think, Jim, that that yellow goes to the centre left. Opted for the double.
Second visit.
Trying to get the ball into play there, Jim.
Well, his second visit in play now, Mike. And again, his thinking cap on, because this is a very difficult clearance. You can see he's got the yellow on bottom left, and what he's looking at a second ago is the plant, yellow to yellow. I don't know how that's finished. Dislodging the yellows, and I don't think he's finished on the yellow to the left. He certainly hasn't on the one to the right of the white, unless he plays it into the top right corner.
I bet his heart was in his mouth there as he played that one as well. Black ball just rolling around the knuckle. I don't know if this shot's the recommended one. Trying to swerve around the red and put the yellow into the centre. Missed it.
And again gives Jason a tremendous opportunity to take this frame as well.
Curse of the world champion, looks like it's going to strike again.
Well, look the way that Quinten had systematically progressed through the ranks here to this semi-final encounter with Jason Twist. Again, with a new cue, a rack cue that he had modified to suit his requirements. And he was playing so well.
I don't think a defending champion's ever actually made the final, have they, Jim? On their return.
And Quinten was bidding to become only the second man to win the title on 2 separate occasions, duplicating Rob McKenna's feat. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now.
That's a superb shot there from Jason Twist. Playing the power shot, but also controlling the cue ball. To see the way he killed the white, just to trickle it down for the bottom red. Great shot.
Don't want to tempt fate, Tony, but that's a shot of a champion.
I think you just tempted fate, Michael. How's that? Shot of a champion followed by probably the worst shot he's played in the tournament this week.
First miss. First glaring mistake from Jason Twist. Took 14 frames before it showed itself, reared its ugly head. What can Quinten Hann do?
Nothing easy though for Quinten, is there?
No.
I mean, under the pressure as well, he's 8-5 down. Jason there just mulling over in his head how on earth did he miss that one?
Well, what a pot from Quinten Hann. That was a pressure ball. He had to have it, and he got it.
And if he's looking at the plant, I don't think he is. I think he's going to take the top yellow, try leave himself an angle to come down and play the next one at the full length of the table down the rail. Oh, it was a great shot. Judged that to perfection. That's a fantastic shot from Quinten Hann, just bringing the yellow ball off the rail, but not only that, leaving himself the perfect angle to pop this into the middle and get onto his last yellow. Could be playing that, his last yellow in the same pocket as this one. Just not quite sure about his position there, so he got back up, steadied himself. He's looking to see if the yellow does pass into the corner. I'm not sure it does. Very good shot. Last yellow into the same pocket as the previous one.
That was a good pressure pot too. This is what he had to do, and he knew it. Finally a mistake from Jason Twist, and Quinten knew that he had to capitalize, and capitalize he did. 8-6, still in the hunt in this one.
15th frame, Quinten Hann to break, trailing 8 frames to 6. and yellow ball spotted.
Normal service is resumed on Quinten Hann's break. So you see, great power once again. And also, more importantly, making a couple of balls off the break.
He's got that smile back too, Tony.
I wonder how Jason's feeling now. He knows he had a great chance there to win the last frame.
30 seconds.
And he missed one of the most simplest balls he's probably ever missed in his career. And now he's sat there thinking that, I mean, the finish that Quinten pulled out to snatch the frame away from him was big. I bet Jason was sat there thinking he's probably going to get another chance in that frame. But he didn't, and here we are with Quinten at the table once again.
And the red balls he selected, Tony, are looking good. Selecting the shot to go up top first.
That sounded like a bad contact. He's got the long straight red, but I think he's asking the white to be cleaned. It sure sounded heavy and jumped after it contacted the red.
Yeah, exactly right, Jim.
Time running.
Long straight red should pose no problems for the accurate cueing of Quinten Hann.
Good shot there from Quinten.
He's landed right over the yellow.
Yeah, he's landed awkwardly. I wonder if we're going to see it happen all over again, where he fails to get on the black or slips up right at the end of a frame.
Well, that wasn't bad luck where that white's finished, because it didn't need to be near that yellow. You had a gap between the yellows, just trying to get so close to the red. I think that's what caused that problem. But he can't get close to the black, even if he does pot this red. And that's all he could do. That's as good as he could do.
Yeah, he'll settle for that, Jim. He's got a shot at it. You see the cue ball just kissing yellow, but it's come around the back of it. It's a long way away from the pocket, but he's got a great chance here, Quinten.
Great shot, pulling yet another one back. 2 in a row for the Australian world champion. 8-7 down to Jason Twist. The only man to win 2 world titles, Rob McKenna. And that's what the man at the table now was trying to duplicate.
Would you believe it?
Well, that cue ball flew into the center pocket. Barely touched the cushion.
What a crucial time to make a mistake like that.
A little bit of frustration possibly in that break-off.
Yeah, definitely, Jim.
Yeah, you can see his world title slipping away. Jason now, he's got to work out which order and which colour he's going to take his balls in. He's looking at the yellows. two problem balls are just lower, just beneath the black. What he's going to do, he's going to pot this one into the centre and try and kick them both down the table. If these come out, he's got a pretty simple finish on.
That's exactly what he did, Tony. The finishing line getting ever closer.
Yeah, Jason's stomach there must be churning. He's just one frame away from ousting the man that a lot of people said could not be beat. There he is. Quinten now knows he's going to be departing for this year.
Spider, please. Time running.
Well, Jason stuck to his guns. He had a game plan when he came out here. All he could do was hope he had the opportunity and to make use of it as if and when it came. And hasn't he done well there?
That's nice control on the white ball. He's used the spider there, Jim. He's practiced that one.
Well, Jason actually plays a bit of snooker too in practice and preparation for the 8-foot table that you see here in front of our television screens. A little bigger table than these players are used to. He feels that going on a snooker table, a 12-foot surface, puts him in better stead.
Well, it's obviously practice. It's paid off today, Jim.
Got a cue over the red ball.
Very anxious moments for the defending champion right now. Is he on his way out?
Two balls away. Just one solid pot and position here. And Jason Twist will be in the final. Thoroughly deserved as well. He's played fantastic throughout his match. A man on a mission, the Tornado. Would you believe what you've just seen? That was the black to put out the world champion. Here we see it again. It's formality. And he's missed it. Well, I think that's a put-on smile, really. He must be absolutely jumping up and down himself.
He's not smelling inside, Tony, that's for sure. You've got to put those ones to bed.
30 seconds.
What's Hann going to do now? He's going to try and cover the black. Not an easy shot to play. He's got to get the weight just right. He's got to hit the cushion. Doesn't like it. That's a great shot from Quinten Hann. Surely he's not left him the gap.
I don't believe so.
No, there's no way in the world that Jason Twist getting through there. Well, I don't think you'll see Jason attempt to go to pot this 8 ball.
There have been a few twists and turns in a number of matches we've seen over the years. This is the 8th year this tournament has been in existence, and this one's as good as any.
Well, if he's going to try and get that red out of there, he's got to be very, very careful as Quinten. I'm sure it's touching the black ball. And should he try and oust the red, and not the black in, he'll lose the frame. And with it, his world title.
I can't advise you on the rules.
He's just asked him about the rules. I think if he did knock the black in, I'm not sure Quinten knows that knocking the black in means he loses the match.
Yeah, I think this is the best option for the minute for Quinten. Get a couple of the awkward balls out. Well, he doesn't get awkward balls out, Quinten, does he? He just bangs them up the rail and pots them.
But if that red ball is touching the black, Tony, he's only putting himself into trouble. He's got to take it at some point of the game. Or force Jason to...
And there you see the red ball is touching the black.
It certainly is.
And how hard, Michael, are those to get out of those jaws like that?
Probably the hardest shot on the table.
Well, he really doesn't want to be potting any more reds.
For sure, Jim. I just don't understand the course that he's taken.
I don't think he's keen on that one.
No. He knows it's hard too, Tony.
Well, I think Jason's quietly confident that he's going to come back to the table. And should he come back to the table, he'll be winning this frame.
Well, I have to ask this question, just in case some people at home are asking it. What if Quinten would have left a number of reds on the table there and just kept punching them around so that nothing was being progressed?
What we were seeing with Jason Twist would have got down and deliberately potted Quinten's reds. In the world rules, you're allowed to play deliberate fouls. They are still a foul and 2 visits. But he would have knocked them all away until Quinten was forced to just play this one red that's left over the black ball.
Second visit.
He's got to play safety again now.
He's got to play safe on this red.
I think you might see Jason knock this red in if Quinten leaves it and makes it available. The only other thing Jason might do, you might see him just play the cue ball into space. As in not even strike a ball. Might just leave it on the top rail.
Yeah.
Commit the foul.
If he's feeling confident just now, you've called the shot, Tony. Pot this red, force Quinten to play his ball.
And that's what he's going to do.
That's what he's doing.
Well, no, he's knocked it over there. Still a good shot.
I think had he potted the red, he was the winner.
I think so too, Jim.
I'm sure he's going to get another opportunity. There's no finish here for Quinten Hann. Oh my word, what a shot from Quinten Hann.
Well, it gives him a chance. If he can get into the bottom cushion and get that red away, you know he's going to be trying. It's just a matter of where it finishes.
If he finishes this at the stage of this stage of the match, it would be one of the best frames of pool I've ever seen. She's just in a no-win situation. Jason now is starting to worry. He's thinking, is this man ever going to stop coming back? Is he ever going to stop producing these, you know, ridiculously wonderful shots?
Loss of frame and match.
Well, it was never going to be easy. Jason Twist really had him under the gun there. He ends up going through to the final, a terrific match. The reigning world champion has been ousted, and guaranteed we're going to be seeing a new world champion this year. Jason Twist through to the final, a 10-7 winner.
Well, great scenes here at the Hilton Hotel in Blackpool. Jason Twist going through. What a nail-biter that was. And Terry, we were just really baffled as to quite which way that final frame was going to go, but Jason deserved winner in the end.
I'm really pleased for Jason. He's a good friend of mine, and I think he deserved it in the end. He's played well. He's stuck to his task. He's 4-1 down, and he's still played excellent.
But what a nail-biter it was right the way through, wasn't it? Twists and turns all the time.
Yeah. I mean, in that last frame where Jason's put the red on the black early on in the game, I think that's what's winning the match eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, Quinten's got to play a remarkable shot to get it out, and he's nearly got it, actually.
There were moments of brilliance, weren't there, from Quinten right the way throughout the match, but he was never quite allowed to be as good as we know he is.
No. I don't think it was just that he was not being allowed to. I think he was just losing his positional play a little bit, like we said earlier, and you never see that from Quinten. And,
okay.
3 or 4 frames on the trot, he's lost the white ball.
We'll just break away for the moment, if we may, because Jonathan is now talking to a gallant loser.
Yeah, I'm here with Quinten Hann, and I mean, obviously you didn't enjoy it, but it was a heck of a last frame. You had to go out, but you did fight all the way.
Yeah, I think it's a funny match because I am using a rack cue I've never used before, so I wasn't very confident, and as soon as he put me under a bit of pressure, I put myself under pressure, made a lot of mistakes, but the first 6 frames I had so much luck. Every time I'd break, the balls would go perfect, and he'd break, he wouldn't pot a ball, so I should have won 10-1, but I butchered my chances earlier on, and he went 5 for up, and then from 5 all, I was really struggling.
You showed some great tenacity there at the end because he only had the black ball and you were fighting for your life at that point. You took your time, you concentrated, and you kept yourself in it. I mean, there was one point where you were trying to cover the black, and I don't know, it seemed like that minute lasted 4.
I think the last frame's irrelevant because that's just one frame. The whole match was, I threw the whole match away in the first 6 frames. Like, if there's anyone that can butcher a match, like I had that match on a plate, I had so much luck, and that's where I lost it in the first dozen frames. The last frame was irrelevant.
Will you come back with a new cue and try and do it again?
Well, my cue only split 6 days ago, and I'm using an 8-pound house cue. So yeah, I'll come back next year. I only played one 8-ball tournament a year, and this is it. So, but I enjoy it. I'm very disappointed to lose though. But then again, I am using a rack cue, and I guess semi-finals is okay.
I know snooker's a game you play as well. You're in the top 32 there, but you play that for a little fun. This is your passion. You're coming back to enjoy more of your passion, get some more practice in the pool.
Yeah, well, snooker's a little bit too serious for me, and like I said, there's only one tournament I play in a year, and this is it for the 8-ball, but I'm going to start playing American 9-ball. I've only played 4 tournaments, but next year I'm going to go to America and do the tour, so hopefully I can become a good player at 9-ball.
8-ball, 9-ball, he's got them all, don't you worry. Anyway, Quinten Hann, not successful this year, but I'm sure he'll be back. Back to you, David.
Thanks, John. Well, obviously a very honest assessment of what he's done. Quinten, nothing if not honest. I mean, he said he had so much luck, and then he sort of lost the plot, really.
Yeah, it's like, I think Quinten's just put it all in a egg cup there for you. There's nothing they could have done to change the match, I think. He's tried his best, and Quinten's just played a little bit better.
And he made that point, really. That final frame was irrelevant. He'd lost it earlier on, and he wasn't quite able ever to get back into it.
No, like you say, in the early part of the match, like he's just said, he's had so much luck off the breaks.
Yeah.
Breaking, the balls have all been there for him. He's just been losing the white ball, like we said earlier. It's just careless play from Quinten that we've never seen before.
Well, let's give all the credit, obviously, where it's due to the winner, Jason Twist. He's with Johnny.
Thanks, David. Yeah, there's a twist to every tale, and there was plenty in this one. Jason, that was superb. 4-1 down, then you came back, and I think you got 7 out of the next 8 frames. What was the difference? When you were down, where did you change the game for yourself?
I don't know, really. You've just got to stick in there, just play the balls as they finish, and hope you can take them out.
I'm going to say, before this match started, you knew that had to be part of your game plan. I know you've been talking to the other guys and all the rest of it. If you let Quinten get away, he will get away, and that happened. So you must have been really fearing at that point.
Obviously, when I'm 4-1 down, I'm really in trouble. So I haven't been potting a ball off the break. I think I potted once off the break in the whole match. So if you don't pot balls off the break, you're behind right from the start. I'm just so pleased to have come through it.
Is that what you're going to go do? Go out to the practice table and get your break sorted out?
Yeah, a few of the lads have been giving me a bit of help. Obviously, it's not been right, has it? I haven't potted a ball, so I'm going to have to change something.
Now, you're one of these guys who's been to this tournament so many times, and you've been right to the very end, but never quite made it to the finishing line. Is this going to be the year? Do you feel now that you've got past the biggest hurdle?
Well, beating Quinten obviously has given me a massive boost in confidence. If I play like that, then I'm sure I can win it.
All right, well done again. Fantastic stuff by Jason Twist. He's got the confidence. He feels as though he can go all the way this year. Who knows? Back to you, David.
Yes, Jason obviously playing remarkably well. Let's just remind you that the semi-final lineup looking like this. Quinten Hann, what a fantastic performance by Jason Twist, going out 10-7. That's the first semi-final. Next up, it'll be Chris Melling against Carl Morris in our second semi-final.